Your love is rated X. That means you're extraordinary.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Don't Shoot Disc Golf podcast. My name is Harry Messenger, and I am coming to you live from my studio in South Manchester. Probably incredibly loudly right now if I have not done my sliders. But yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Thanks once again to London Disc Golf Community for sponsoring the YouTube stream. And thanks to Disc Golf UK for sponsoring the podcast. These guys are amazing, get us on, keep us on the air. So thanks to the sponsors, and cheers to them, basically. And we will get underway right away tonight with introduction of my guest, if he's ready. He is ready. I'm getting a nod on the other screen. So introducing this week's guest from a new clothing brand hitting the UK disc golf scene right now. It's Ben from Hyze. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Harry. How you doing?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
We should give a little shout out to those in the chat. Those here already. Sorry for the slightly late start today, guys. I was actually too busy having fun talking to Ben that I completely forgot that I had to start the show. So that's usually a sign it should be a good podcast. So say hi to Shane and Dale, Tom, Robert, Carol, Ollie, and Zaki, and anybody else who is here in on time for the show land, like I was not. So yeah, once again, apologies for that. And hello, everyone. And let me introduce Ben to you.
Hello.
So Ben, tell the people of Don't Shoot who you are and what's going on.
I'm definitely the worst disc golfer you've ever had on the show, except for Amy. I think we can establish that fact.
Okay, fair enough. I'll have to think, but that might be true.
So I own a company called Hyze Disc Golf Apparel. We make a few items of clothing, a hoodie, and a few t-shirts at the moment. Hopefully, looking to expand the brand quite a lot in the near future. So I mean that's it really.
Cool. Well, I was very excited to see you doing the designs. I got some previews. I was hoping to have a Hyze hoodie today, but that didn't quite come off. But
the postal service let us down today, unfortunately.
Yeah, they did a little bit, but I think it's really exciting, and I can't wait to get one.
Yeah, well, I can show you some. So
let's have a little look at some of the products. So
this is I call this the journey. Long way.
Nice. Yeah, you can see it.
It's the Hyze lines.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yes. I like that.
Yeah, so that's one of them.
Yeah, the t-shirt looks nice and stretchy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's organic cotton and very nice. And this is the Throw Your Life Away hoodie.
Very good.
Which has got the
logo. And it's got the little Hyze logo on the other side.
The Hyze logo on the front, yeah. And actually, the Throw Your Life Away slogan was inspired by your podcast. Actually, Harry, I don't know if you know this.
I didn't know that.
So I was listening to Adam talking about starting to work for Ace Disc Golf full time. And I thought, I actually went to type in the comments, throw your life away as a joke. He's sort of, thrown his life away into plastic. And
I like it.
I'm actually going to steal that and put it on a hoodie.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
No, that's really cool. And Adam will get absolutely will get a kick out of that as well. So
yes, he will.
We'll make sure he hears about that. So people are obviously going to want to know, how can they get their hands on a Hyze hoodie or t-shirt?
They're exclusively available at London Disc Golf Community. So if you go on their website and look under the brand section, you'll see Hyze there. Ollie approached me and said, look, he saw some stuff I'd put onto Instagram really early on, and so we got chatting and sort of clicked, and that was it really. So yeah, I'm really grateful to Ollie for putting it all on there for me, because actually that's the one thing I don't have time to do really. I'm quite busy with my own life, and so the design stuff I love. The back end stuff is what I struggle with, so Ollie's actually really helping me out. So yeah, it's an ideal. It's a great partnership.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. He's trying to run a disc golf shop, and you're trying to run a disc golf design company. So there you go.
And he works hard. That man works hard. We've had a couple of late night Skype calls at sort of 10, 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, he's a hard worker. So
yeah, he sure is. And so if you guys want to check out London Disc Golf Community, go to discgolf.london. I believe is their domain. And if you use the code Don't Shoot 21, you will get £5 off your £30 order. So you'll be able to grab some Hyze swag. And you will also contribute by doing that 50p towards our end of year our end of year giveaway. So at the end of the year, all of the money we make as an affiliate from London Disc Golf Community is going to go on a giveaway. Basically, I get to buy stuff off Ollie's store and give it to you guys. So
sounds good.
That should be a good one. We're well known for our giveaways, and we're going to have one today, I believe.
Yeah.
So
certainly are. Yeah, I think we're going to do a giveaway in the chat, but what I'm going to ask for is actually, because I don't design for the just for the point of designing. I design when I get like the lightning strikes me, and I think that's a good idea. I'll do that. So I'm always looking for new ideas. So if anyone's got an idea that they think is a good idea that I could steal or maybe adapt into a finished product, then if you put your ideas in the chat, and I'll pick my favorite one.
Yeah. So how it's going to work? Anytime through the show, we're going to talk a little bit right now about what Hyze's design philosophy is a bit. So you've got some sort of concepts to go off. You've seen a few of their designs already. But yeah, anytime if you have an idea of something you think could be good on a Hyze shirt, there's a very strict no cartoon disc golf basket rule. I've been informed of that one in advance. But anything that you feel like could be good to see in the chat, then put it in the chat, and I'll pick my favorite. Ben will pick his favorite. We'll have a decide at the end of the show if anybody wants to contribute. So the prize is going to be a Hyze t-shirt, I think. Is that what we said?
Yeah, Hyze t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. So get yourself a free t-shirt by coming up with a design idea. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, Hyze in general. I know we've spoken a bit about it, but do you want to give the chat a little bit of an idea about what your thinking behind it was, what your philosophies are behind making Hyze a bit different to the £5 Amazon t-shirts with a picture of a basket on that you can get on Amazon?
Definitely, yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of love t-shirts and hoodies particularly. I'm a bit of an aging skater now, so I always used to like skate t-shirts and that sort of stuff. And a lot of the disc golf stuff, other than sort of brand-made stuff, is basket silhouettes, clip art, that sort of stuff, which just isn't something I would wear personally. So I was just thinking, what can I make that I would wear? I mean, that's my whole philosophy. Is basically, I want to make stuff that I would wear, and then if other people want to wear it, great. That's ideal. I mean, I've run a t-shirt business for regular sort of non-disc golf related clothing for the last 2 years as a bit of a hobby. This is an extension of that, really. Yeah.
Cool, really good. Yeah, something that I really like about all the Hyze designs, and you can see all of them on Ben's Instagram, which is Hyze_disc golf. Yeah. Something I really love about the designs is how they are disc golf but subtle. So you've got they're quite obviously disc golf designs to disc golfers.
Yeah.
But they're not obvious disc golf designs to somebody who's never heard of disc golf, because really seeing it on a t-shirt is not the best way to grow the sport, in my opinion. No. It's a cool thing to do, to wear a disc golf t-shirt out and about, and people will say, oh, what's disc golf? But it's also sometimes nice to not have people ask that. So a little logo with some Hyze lines, perfect way to wrap the disc golf world. If another disc golfer sees you, they'll know what that is. But exactly. Yeah, I really get a kick out of that. So when I get my hoodie, I'm definitely going to wear it out and about.
It's sort of Nike. It's the Nike SB sort of philosophy. Like if you don't skateboard, you don't know what Nike SB is, but it's a very popular clothing brand that everybody loves. Very subtle, understated.
It is. I'm copy pasting things from the chat. If you're wondering what the typing is, if anyone can hear. Thanks to Ben, actually, my new audio setup. You shouldn't be able to hear as much these days, but you can probably still hear a little bit. But we've got some good ideas coming in already, so I'm excited to go through those later on.
Actually, already, yeah.
Enjoying seeing them. So yeah, Robert, you can suggest multiple ideas. That's fine. Fire away to your heart's content. We'll just pick the best one. So quality over quantity, but quantity's fine too.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing too cheesy. I'm not down with the cheese, really. That's my.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move the banner over to the UK Disc Golf News, and we'll do some UK Disc Golf news. Yeah, turn the music down just a tiny bit. I know it's not loud for you guys in the chat, but it's very loud for me, and it's making thoughts run round and round my head today. But yeah. The other thing that I was going to do before the show started, I completely forgot. But I got these this week. It's a face mask with the Castbus logo on. So if anyone is interested in getting one of those, I've actually got about 4 or 5. So if anybody really wants one, hit me up, and I will. I'll get you sorted out. And yeah, so the UK disc golf news, Ben. What's been happening in the UK this week? Is that a fair question to ask you?
Yeah, there's a new podcast, the Am Side, which I haven't actually listened to yet. It's queued up for my car tomorrow on the way to work, so I'm really excited to listen to that because I'm a big podcast, voracious consumer of podcasts.
Nice.
Do a lot of driving, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it yet?
I have listened to it. I've spoken to the guys from it a little bit this week, and gave them some private feedback as well. But I would definitely like to talk about it a little bit now. So yeah, the podcast is called the Am Side Podcast, and you can listen to it on Spotify. And it is, I believe, Dale and Rob, and they are newish disc golfers, new to the sport in 2020, and they are doing somewhat slightly more, it's a bit closer to my show than the other podcast that we talked about the other day, in that it's going to be sort of news and analysis and that kind of things is going to be their primary focus, especially in a few weeks once the American Disc Golf Pro Tour kicks off. They're going to do a lot of stuff about the Pro Tour, a lot of sort of Pro Tour but from an AM perspective.
That's great, yeah.
Which will be quite cool.
Yeah.
And they're going to be they're going to be doing shorter episodes as well. I know a lot of other podcasts are about an hour. I know my show's an hour. I know if you listen to
In the Chains.
Yeah, In the Chains is also about an hour. If you listen to On the Box with Dixon Jowers, that's an hour or even more. If you listen to Smashbox, that can be 4 hours, depending on which week it is and how crazy off topics they get. If you listen to Ultiworld's podcast, that's usually about 2 hours. So yeah, most of the Disc Golf podcasts are fairly long. In the Chains have said, not In the Chains, sorry. I'm going to do that all night, just to have to accept that, I'm afraid. 2 new podcasts after having only me for a year. It was inevitably gonna get them mixed up. But yes, the Am Side are gonna do half-hour episodes, at least to start with. So it's sort of like a bit of a bite of disc golf every week, which is quite nice. Yeah. I personally did enjoy the first episode a lot. They were mostly introducing themselves and getting to know who they are and what they throw and what they do, which is a sort of standard start. I'm excited for them to get into some more sort of Pro Tour based stuff because I'm a massive fan of that. I'm really looking forward to it all getting started. And you guys know from last year that when it does, we'll be doing a bit more of that on this show as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for them to get into that kind of thing. And I'm also really excited for them to sort of find their tone of voice, I would say. I really did enjoy it, and both of the individuals were really great and they meshed together quite well. But I didn't really feel yet what their style was yet. It's sort of wasn't a lot of comedy. There wasn't a lot of there was no news really. It was just sort of a chat between 2 mates, and I'm looking forward to them finding their podcast tone of voice.
Yeah, and it takes time though, doesn't it? That's normally.
Oh yeah. I'm always blown away by how fast other people do it, because if you go back and listen to the first sort of 5-6 episodes of my show, it's oh boy, yeah. I would advise against doing that.
They were good.
But yeah, go check that out. Go listen on Spotify and leave them a Spotify review, because that's super. Leave them a podcast review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you can see them, because that's super important for growing podcasts. That's the number one thing that gets non-listeners listen. And follow them on Instagram. Not that they need more followers. They've already got more than all of my socials combined on Instagram. So yeah, doing a good job on that side, and looking forward to seeing where it takes you. For sure. And hello to Craig Gardner, who has joined us in the chat. And it's cool. So something else that's going on in the UK scene this week, which is cool, is one of the shops, Ace Disc Golf, who I'm sure you're all familiar with, who are here. I know Ben and I have both spent probably an ungodly amount of money on their store. But yeah, they're running they're basically committed to donating one tree to plant trees somewhere in the world campaign for every sale that they put through. And as Ben put it, buy one get one tree. I thought that was especially funny. I was laughing at that before we started. But yeah, I think that's really cool and really great to give back to the world, I guess.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I'd like to see more UK disc golf companies join them, because it's not having investigated that kind of scheme before for something through my work. It's not that expensive to do, but it does make a big difference. So
as long as they're not planting them on fairways, I'm happy.
Yeah, I would prefer them to plant them on the fairways. I like a bit of woods golf personally. But,
yeah, no, I do too. Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was really good, and I'm excited to see if anybody else follows them, or if people start using that as a specific reason to shop at Ace. Because I know for me, if I was buying discs in 2021, which I'm trying very hard not to do, I've just taken to trading instead. We'll get onto that in a little bit, but yeah, I know that would make a difference for me. So
Yeah, I think that sort of sustainability and that sort of stuff is really important. My other t-shirt brand at the moment, it's all carbon neutral, so hopefully we'll get to do this with this one as well. But yeah, that's a really important thing to me. So
fantastic.
Got to try these. I've got 11-week-old baby. You know, these things are important for the future, aren't they? So
yeah, wow, yeah, I can't believe you're starting a brand with such a young kid as well.
I know, it's a nightmare, don't you?
Yeah,
I'm doing designs between nappy changes. It's crazy.
So how's all that going for you?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's all good. She's a little star. So yeah, it's, she's been around the disc golf course many times. Not the moment, obviously, but yeah, when we were allowed to play in the middle a bit, she was out and about.
Oh, yeah, really sweet. Looking forward to meeting her one day. For those of you who don't know, Ben plays up in Manchester, where I am from as well. So we play, I'd say, quite a lot of rounds together.
We do, yes. I've learned a lot from you, Harry. You've taught me a lot over the years.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about what shot selection not to play on several holes, but also I've also learned a lot of good things as well.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, Craig just mentioned AGL discs, but I think I introduced you to AGL. So that was
yeah, I'd never heard of them.
The only brand I'd ever introduced you to. You've introduced me to loads, but yeah, they're
yeah, still actually never owned an AGL disc though. So
I mean, they're did you know what? They're a really interesting little company out in the States. So they their Instagram and sort of, they've got like almost like a cult like status with their fans. It's crazy.
Yeah, I actually saw some pictures that they posted of their new stamping machines.
Yeah,
which has got me super excited, because you guys know me. You can see my my triple foil design collection up there and stuff. Being able to see as many brands as possible make it possible to do things like that, and you see AGL investing sort of £50,000 plus into stamping machines and gear, then they're taking it seriously.
No, they even do a thing where you can send your discs to them and they'll stamp them and send them back to you for a small cost. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool when people do things like that. There's a guy in the States called I'm blank. Just blanked on his name. Jake Hunter. Hunter Hot Stamps. There you go. Got there in the end. That does something very similar, and you can have custom foils made, and he can stamp things. So I would expect that I'll do that at some point. I think that'll be really cool. I would grab a disc, but they're all downstairs. But I've got some of his work. But there is one here. There is one. There definitely is. I can reach it. Not that one. I always love to show off my collection on the show, as you guys know. But so, whoa,
that is nice.
You can see there. It's got this ring of fire. It's called the Ring of Fire DFX stamp. So all of those round the edge are made by having one specific. I think it's either a quarter or an eighth circle, and then it's stamped all the way around the disc, and the disc's turned as it's being stamped. He can do some really, really cool things. So yeah, custom stamping, something I would love to see a UK company do one day, because then I could.
Nice. Well, they've got some great dyeing going on at the UK at the moment, so that's nice to see.
We do have some fantastic disc dyers over here, yeah, definitely. definitely a big strong point of the UK market. And I've got plenty of them as well.
You have.
You've seen some of my... I like all of my discs in my bag to be special to at least some extent.
Yeah.
And it's something that I try very hard to make happen, because I like to know that every single one of my discs in my bag has a story. So if you ever play with me in a tournament or whatever, and you see me throwing a specific disc, you could say, hey, Harry, what's the story behind that one? And the story will almost never be, oh, I bought it for retail from Ace Disc Golf. Not that I don't buy retail discs. It's just that most of the ones that make my bag have a special story. For example, one that I got this week that'll be going in my bag has the Pure Line Disc Golf hot stamp logo on it. Pure Line being a brand that I work with to do stuff in the States. And I've got an exactly the same disc that'll become my backup that's in my bag at the moment, my purple 160 gram Lutz. But now I've got one with a cool stamp that can have a story behind it. And that kind of thing is really cool to me, and it's something that I put a lot of effort in.
Did you just pronounce a lot Lutz then?
Lutz, yes, that's the
Is that
official. That's the correct pronunciation.
I
No,
did not
no
know
one,
that. Well, there
no
you
one
go.
actually calls it that though.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to call it that.
I-
Matt Place is really good for who's a guy who plays in Manchester. He's really good at pronouncing all the Casterplast stuff
He
with the
is.
right pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't quite get my head around all of them. I can deal with lots being Lutz, and I can deal with Gote being Jute,
Yeah.
but I can't do Berry, which is what Berg is supposed to be.
Oh really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't remember to say it in actual conversation.
Yeah, that's kind of a strange one.
But yeah, something that I'm doing in my personal life at the moment is I'm learning a bit of Norwegian, which is really helping me with pronouncing Swedish, because if anyone doesn't know, Swedish and Norwegian are very closely linked. Like you can understand, if you know enough Norwegian, you can understand most Swedish and vice versa. So there's grammatical differences and stuff, obviously, but it's quite cool to start to recognize words and stuff.
I think the only Swedish I know is ketpist, which is cheers.
My favorite currently is skillingsmørbrød, which is chicken sandwich.
Very useful.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a cool conversation with a Norwegian disc golfer today, actually. So I'm enjoying it a lot. But we've gone wildly off topic, of course.
Fine, I think that's okay.
It is definitely okay, and expected probably by people who've watched this show more than once. So yeah, also in the news this week, not really in the UK. We kind of talked about everything that's happened in the UK this week, because there's not an awful lot going on yet. But there's some women's global event news that should be coming in next week or the week after. And there's also a new course that's opening. I haven't actually got an official answer on whether I can say where that new course is yet, so I'm going to not say, in case I get angry Disc Golf UK messages. But there's a new course coming soon. There's been teasers, pictures on Disc Golf UK's socials this week. They've said publicly that it's somewhere down south, but I'm not gonna go ahead and say where it actually is, just in case it's not public yet. I think it is, but we'll.
I did see somebody guess Leeds after that down south comment, which I thought was quite funny.
Yeah, no, that was my brother. That was Tom.
Yes, yeah. I didn't want to grass him up, but yeah.
He's got a campaign to try and get a Leeds disc golf course, and his campaign so far has gone as far as commenting, "Is it in Leeds?" on every post on Disc Golf UK's Facebook, which I'm not sure is the best way to get it to happen, but you never know, do you?
No,
You never do.
I want to try and get a Cheshire one going as well, but that's I keep walking around trying to find places to put it, but
Oh yeah, it would be so good. It would be so convenient. Richard
Yeah.
keeps teasing me, saying that there is one, that there's a potential. That he said it would be the best thing ever.
that would be good. And we could have a Cheshire versus Manchester League as well. That would be useful.
Yeah. Dale saying in chat that he announced it on the In the Valley night. I thought that too. I thought that, and then I went back in the VOD and I could not find it for the life of me. So I'm gonna stay quiet. But if somebody in chat was to post where it is, then I'm sure
Dale, for instance.
there'll be nothing I could do about it for sure. So Ben, I'm not sure how much you've been following things going on in the US disc golf news this week, but there's been a couple of things.
I thought one thing which interested me, but yeah, go on.
So it might be on my list already, but there's a new company that has launched that are just making putters.
Oh, no, not Loft.
No, not Luft. Luft are in Denmark, but this company is called EV7, I believe. I may have just made that up, but I think they're called EV7. But their first putter is definitely called the Penrose. The flight numbers on it are 2402. And they announced this week that not only did their first disc go on sale 3 days ago, on Monday, but they announced that they have signed Drew Gibson to a 3-year deal.
Wow.
Drew is going to putt exclusively with the Penrose for his deal. He's going to get paid commission on every single disc that they sell of the stock discs. So it's like him having a signature stock disc. And the company was founded and is being run by the previous co-founder of Prodigy Discs.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it's a legit brand. They've got a former Masters World Champion doing the designs. They've got somebody on tour who'll be putting with them. So it'll be exciting to see if they make good discs or not.
That's a good fit for him though, because those buzzies, you're never gonna get them out of his hand, are you? So
no, and he has this open bag deal with Infinite, and Infinite are going to be retailing the Penrose. So there's lots of win-wins going on for them there. And Drew Gibson, a little bit notorious for not being the best putter. So it'll be interesting to see if he can revolutionize that. Paul in chat says, "Isn't a 4 glide on a putter quite unusual? I can't think of any which have 4 glide. The Streamline Pilot has 5 glide, I believe. The Discraft Roach has 4 glide, and the Latitude 64 Mercy has 4 glide. I'm sure there's at least one more, but I can't think of it right out the top of my head, but I'm sure that'll do. I think the MVP Ohm does as well, but I would not be able to attest to that one because I don't have one.
No.
But yeah, there you go. So there is some putters with 4 glide, but it'll be interesting to see how the Penrose compares. I would like to get my hands on one, but I have a no buying discs policy, and B, put 2 in my basket on their site and was quoted $155 for shipping, so took them out again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the other thing on my US news list was regarding the San Francisco Open, which is a Disc Golf Pro Tour stop. This year, it is being renamed to the OTB Open, being sponsored by Only the Best Discs, and it is being moved from its original place at Glen Eagles Golf Course, which is a really fantastic course. I'm a bit sad to not see it there, but they're a bit concerned that due to the coronavirus restrictions that San Francisco has been very hot on sort of local lockdowns and no spectators and no social meetups or anything. So they've moved an hour and a half up the road to Stockton. Perhaps not best known for its disc golf, but apparently there's being a new course designed specifically for the event in Stockton. And that's what the event's going to be played at for the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
That wasn't the news I heard, but I saw something, and you might know more about this than me, but I'm sure I half read a story about mixed cards on one of the events coming up.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
So the event was filmed a while ago,
okay.
But the coverage has been dropping this week, which is cool because they've been putting out the coverage, and they've had 2 men and 2 ladies on the lead card on the coverage. So it's been quite cool to see the hybrid between the 2. Unfortunately, it has also highlighted just quite how bad some of the putting has been from one of the specific ladies on the lead card. But it's really great to get to see both and compare them. And there was some fantastic shots by everybody. Like I really enjoyed the round that I watched. There was just a couple of putts into the cage, which were reminiscent of my own putting.
We all know that one.
Yeah, speaking of my own putting, we've got I got a teaser for you guys. There's going to be a video dropping at some point in the next month or so. I'm not sure exactly when, on Jammy Disc Golf's channel, and you will get to see me putting in a challenge. Me versus Jamie. We're playing on a new app that's on the App Store called Puttify, which is basically a cool way to do the scoring for you on. There you go, Puttify. It's basically the Finnish putting game. but it does scores for you and keeps track of your stats. And so we're doing a review video of this app, and you'll get to see my putting. Don't hold your hopes up too high, because I filmed it the other day and it was rough. So if you want to see me get frustrated and miss a lot of putts, then definitely check the video out. That's all I'm going to say.
You're normally such a good putter, though. I mean, and that's
yeah, I know, and that's why it's a shame, because everyone's going to see this putting video and think all of the times I've been talking myself up on this podcast with my putting being the best thing about my game, and putting myself in poor, but not in dreadful on the putting tier list, and then I slammed all my putts into the basket, but not into the right.
Very honest with you, I'd definitely re-recorded the video personally.
Yeah, I thought about it, but people like to see the genuine parts of it. So
yeah, true.
And plus, Jamie notoriously a troll putter anyway, so maybe I'll still win. Who knows?
Wasn't he trolled by you though?
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, Jamie's a very good player. I have no doubt that he will defeat me in this in the video. But it'll be cool to see anyway. And the app's quite good, so you check out the video anyway. Even though I've spoiled the awfulness of it in advance. What's going on in chat? Anybody talking about anything? Talking about glidey putters still, and Ollie says it's actually the Danish putting game. I'm sure many nations have claimed the putting game. So yeah, that was our UK Disc Golf news section, I think, Ben.
That was good. Enjoyed it.
Good.
Thanks, Harry.
What do you want to do next? I'll let you pick. Do you want to do Desert Island Discs, or do you want to do
Desert Island Discs? Yeah.
Okay, well, before we switch into Desert Island Discs, let me just do a quick advertisement for the Don't Shoot charity auction. I'm trying to find the right. There we go. The Don't Shoot charity auction. Boom. So you guys know about this already, I'm sure. The Don't Shoot charity auction is coming up soon, and it's going to be on the 25th of March, so it's 2 months away, less than 2 months, 1 week and 7 weeks away, approximately. It's going to be huge. It's going to be, we published a bit more details this week, actually, that we haven't gone through on the podcast yet. So let me just pull up what I wrote so that I don't cross myself off. Cross myself off. This is what happens when I try and multitask to the point where I have to do two things at once. I just start saying random words.
Just sing or something.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. So
well, actually,
yes.
I was going to say, actually, we're going to donate some stuff. So I've got this disc here that I'm going to send you, which is a custom dyed. I think it's a convict that I actually bought off Andrew Malcolm a little while ago, but it hasn't ended up in the bag. So that's
cool.
going to go in. And I think we're also going to do a T-shirt as well for you guys. So
fantastic. So yeah, you guys in the chat are also hopefully sending me things and shipping them to Disc Golf UK. There's a label that was published on my page, on all the groups, on British Disc Golf. So yeah, print that off, put it on your package, send it to Disc Golf UK, who are holding packages for me. Hopefully you guys actually send stuff, and I will go get them, and we'll auction them on the live stream, which is going to be Thursday, the 25th of March from 8 p.m. till 10:30. So you're getting a 2.5-hour version of the podcast. On which I will be there the whole time. We'll have a few other guests who drop in, come and promote stuff, come and let me know what they're donating. We might have a guest auctioneer. We're going to do some forfeits, including me eating a chili pepper if we reach £1,000 in total donations / disc sales, which I am dreading. But I've said it publicly too many times to not do it now. We're raising money for Edge and Uplay. Some things that people have already said that they're going to donate are a pack of used discs, so like a little multi-bundle of used discs for people to try. Someone has said they're going to donate a first-round Castplast disc. Someone has said they're going to donate a disc golf lesson. Someone has said they're going to donate some custom art, and someone has said they're going to donate some dyed discs. So that's the kind of thing that we're going to get. Absolutely anything that you think is worth sending in, please send it. Worst case, I'll send it back to you, but I almost certainly will just auction it on the show because we want to raise as much money for charity, and somebody might pay a $5 for it or even more. So I'm excited for that. There'll also be some games, some challenges. I'm sure we haven't planned all those in yet, but yeah, feel free to drop in and out, and please send me stuff because it would be the most auction thing ever. Most awkward thing ever if I try and run a 2.5-hour auction and we've got 3 things to auction. Because I will have to do an awful lot of forfeits and challenges to try and raise £1,000 then. So
I think you'll be good.
I think we'll be good too. I'm sure everyone's going to chip in, so I'm excited to find out how it goes. So yeah, looking forward to that. And the deadline for things arriving in Clay Cross, which is where Disc Golf UK's headquarters is. Ship it to them. I'm going to go get it. Deadline is 10 a.m. on March the 20th. So you've still got a little while. But anything that arrives after that, I won't be able to drive over and fetch. So yes, let's make sure we get them in. And yeah, there you go. Your ad is over, and we'll go straight into Ben's Desert Island Discs. So Ben, I'll do my little intro. We used to have a theme song, but I don't actually know where it is these days. But you're going to be playing a disc golf course on a desert island. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a range of holes. There's going to be some water hazards. There's going to be a magic bubble, which saves your discs if you throw them in. So don't worry about bringing your best ones. Okay. There's going to be some open holes, some wooded holes, and you're only allowed to use 1 putter, 1 mid-range, and 1 driver. What are you bringing?
Well, so now 2 of my discs are brand new to my bag almost in the last couple of weeks because you got me going on some MVP stuff, and now I've fallen in love with all of it.
So for anyone who knows Ben at all, that's entirely in character. His bag of chops and changes is more than mine, more than anyone else's. So I was expecting that one, but yeah, go ahead, Ben.
So my putter, I think, would be a stabilizer.
Ooh.
This is a nice little factory misprint that I got from Disc Golf UK.
So that's an electron stabilizer then?
It is, yes.
I've never actually thrown one of those. That's quite cool.
It's spectacular is the only thing I could say about it. It just goes where I put it. Feels good in the hand. Yeah, I'm in love with this disc generally.
Very nice. I'm a little bit jealous. I've not got my hands on one of them yet.
Post-COVID, I'll let you have a throw.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so yeah, it just really holds it. It's not my putting putter, but I can putt with it, so I would definitely take that for the just for the shots I can throw with it. That it would be more valuable than a putting putter. I'll just get it close to the pin.
That's a really cool one.
Yeah, my mid range. Again, this has replaced my buzz recently, which is a big thing for me. Which is reactor, the glow reactor. Very
pretty.
Is again just ridiculously straight. It just goes straight for me. I throw it on just in a straight line today. I love it.
Yeah, me too. That's one of my one of the discs in my personal bag. Not the glow one. I have a neutron reactor, but it's a very similar disc, and I've been throwing that since it got released, and I love it. So, good choice.
If I'll caveat to say that if it wasn't that, it would be this, because I think the Cax is just a spectacular disc, also. But yeah, at the moment I'm in love with the reactor, so I think I'd probably just say the reactor. And my driver would be the Animus from Thoughts Based Athletics.
Very nice.
Which I think is one of the best looking discs available today. Personally, I just love the stat, love the pattern, but it just, again, for me, just absolutely, it's just flies great for me. It just goes where I want to put it. Very, very happy with that disc. So yeah, I think those are my 3 really.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. It's probably one of my favorite desert island discs because they're all discs that I would incredibly much like to throw on a desert island. So. So yeah, Thought Space Athletics discs, for anyone who doesn't know, were manufactured by MVP as well.
I didn't know that.
They made in MVP's factory, but obviously the designs and stamps are Thought Space Athletics. So Robert Nicole in chat says, I have an Animus on the way and I'm buzzing.
Oh, Robert, they are great, mate. You're going to love it.
It's kind of, I'm going to kind of have to confess something right here. I've got one on my shelf behind me. There you go. Ooh, there's my SE Animus. I have not actually thrown this disc yet.
Well, I mean, do you know what? The plastic's this plastic's pretty hard wearing because I've thrown this probably 50, 60 times and it hasn't actually got a mark on it. So that's pretty. It's worth risking it, Harry.
So
Worth risking.
I bought this Animus in, I want to say, October last year, maybe November, for a specific thing in my bag that I wanted to do, and then pretty much immediately went on a I'm throwing slower discs spree, and disc down a lot and threw my speed 7s and 5s a lot, and didn't get to throw the Animus. And then when I picked it back up and started throwing faster discs again, I kind of had my bag set already, and I didn't even remember that I had that disc. So that's why I'm a bit sheepish right now, because I'm not supposed to be. I like to pride myself in the fact that I know what all my discs do, and I have no idea what that would be like yet. So I'll have to test that one out soon.
No, give it a go.
I actually got my hands on a new disc this week called the MVP Motion, but it was 154 gram Motion.
Wow, light.
So really light, but the Motion has the same flight numbers as the Firebird.
Okay.
So quite a weird disc.
I saw you throwing it on your
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, so I put a picture of me throwing it up on the UK MVP fan page, and I was kind of underwhelmed by it, I would say. It thrown backhand flew a bit like a Thunderbird, I would say. Like, it kind of went straight and then left, but not dramatically in any form. I was kind of hoping it was going to do cool things, like flex massively to the right, but then come back really hard left or something, but it kind of didn't really do that. So, but one thing that I did with it that I thought was really fun was I threw thumbers with it, and because it's light but overstable, the thumber flight path on it pans really wide. So that was really cool. And my thumbers went about 70 meters with it, which is much further than my thumbers normally go with other discs. So it probably isn't going to make the bag for a thumber disc, because I just don't throw enough of them that it would really be worth it. But it's cool for that, and I get to say I've thrown another disc from MVP's lineup, so definitely worth the trade that I did.
I've been throwing a lot of MVP streamline stuff recently, and they've got some spectacular discs and they've got some awful discs for me anyway, that I just but that's great, that's fine. I think
something that you certainly can say about MVP is they've got a lot of discs.
Yes.
If you wanted to buy and throw all of their discs, you would be there for a while. But that was something else that happened in the US this week. The James Conrad vaults tried to go on sale and had a bit of a spectacular failure. As a web developer myself, I quite enjoyed the reasons why it failed. Basically, they had a staging site, which they had no kind of protection on anything. And they also had their live site, which they had kind of anti-bot protection. They had scaling up web servers for it when it got lots of traffic, and everything was set up and ready to go. But then whoever was in charge of setting the staging site up accidentally made it public. It got indexed by Google. It became the 5th result when you search for James Conrad Vault on Google. So all of the bots and scammers and people trying to get their hand, and regular customers as well, encouraged by a Facebook post on a group which said it was a pre-sale on that site, because obviously it was live before the live times. Everyone went on the staging site, which was hosted on the same servers as the real site, and crashed the real site by overloading the staging site. So there's the technical perspective of why the MVP Vault sale didn't work. But what you need to know is if you want to try and buy one, they'll be launching again tomorrow.
Isn't it? I think UK time. Is it?
I think it's 3 UK time.
Today, EST, isn't it? Something else, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to try and get your hands on a James Conrad Vault, I would do that. They are going out to dealers, but dealers are only getting 40 each. So it might be that we end up getting some on Disc Golf UK. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah,
I think I'm going to try and get one myself. It's crazy at the moment. The releases of discs it's getting harder and harder to get new stuff coming out, isn't it? It's madness now.
It is, and a lot of people have done what I'm doing this year. Obviously, I'm not buying new discs, so people are relying on being able to trade with each other. People are relying on being able to buy used discs. What are your thoughts on trades?
Yeah, I mean, I did one of my first trades this week. I buy and sell a lot on the used disc golf pages, as I'm sure you know. So I actually got this Pyro. I got it today actually. Really, really like it. But yeah, that's like one of my first ever trades. So I've done a few trades with you, obviously, but in the past. But yeah, that's one of my first trades with someone who I've not, don't know personally.
Nice.
It's cool. Yeah, but I think I quite I'm a big fan of the buy it now auctions. I'm not a big fan of auctions where you have to sort of keep bidding and all the snot. I get bored. I've got no patience for it. So yeah, I'm definitely more of a buy it now man.
Yeah, you are for sure.
Yeah.
And I am as well. You guys know that I'm not a big fan of auctions. I like auctions for rare discs or discs where it's quite hard to guess the price. Especially for people who maybe are newer and don't know what a disc would be worth. Say you found a old pre-flight numbers in of a disc and you just think somebody might pay 40 quid for it, somebody might pay tenner for it, you don't know. That's where auctions shine. But for Discraft, Buzz, bought new 8 months ago on Ace, 7 out of 10, auction starting at £8. I'm just sell it for pick a number and sell it.
But then seeing some of the prices, especially the Caspar stuff's going for in the States, the K2 stuff, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's like trainer money. It's like they're going for like some of these like limited edition trainer money now.
Like I mean, you can see my first run Falk down here.
Yeah,
that has been thrown for 3 years. The sides are discolored. It's got writing on the back from when I got an Ace with it, and it would probably still fetch $200 right now if I was to sell it, which is just nuts. Like,
I lost my first run loots at Quarry Park, and it never came back to me. So someone hopefully have got it.
yeah. Stay away from the values on it. Don't look. Don't think, I could have sold this for that.
No. I many times I've put stuff on for auction, and I think I've had a message from you in like private chat saying, that's worth way more, don't you? I'm like, wow. I'll put it on now. So I'm happy with what I'm getting for it.
Yeah, exactly. I would feel bad. I think if I was to sell a disc for, I don't know, $300 or whatever, I think I would just feel like I was ripping someone off, even if I wasn't.
Yeah, I think me too.
Yeah, there's limits, I think, to what
I did sell a black essence for I think 40 quid, and that just felt crazy. Black on black essence for out of the Discmania Thanksgiving box. So that felt like stupid money to me. That I was just like, any more than that, it's just silly.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be selling something cool this week, so keep your eyes on the buy sell trade UK new and used disc golf sales.
Well do.
I'm going to have something cool going up this week. I haven't actually quite decided what yet, but I got some.
All right.
I got some cool stuff here. Robert says, "What about if it was in the charity auction?" I would have zero qualms about either selling or paying for a huge amount of money for a charity auction because it's entirely different to me. Basically, if I'm going to spend $300 on a disc on a charity auction, I'm donating $300 to charity, which I would probably do anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting a cool disc out of it. To me, I'd have no worries doing that.
I think it's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, and hopefully somebody sends something cool enough that I can make $300 in the charity auction. Do you remember we had the Jomez Pro? We had a Discraft, was it a Nuke, I think?
Yeah.
Jomez Pro Nuke, and it sold for.
Blew up.
Yeah, it sold for $300 and something. It got doubled by Disc Golf UK. Sorry, doubled by Ace Disc Golf. Bought by Disc Golf UK. Doubled by Ace Disc Golf. People donated on top. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So yeah, that would have got me almost 2/3 of the way to my goal for this charity auction straight away. So yeah, Ben, do you want to do the giveaway?
Yes. Have you? Do you know what? Because I'm not very good at this. This is my first. I've recorded many a podcast. This is the first time I've ever been on a podcast. So thank you for having me on, Harry.
No worries. It's been good, and I'm enjoying your audio quality. I do have to say that.
And for those who don't know, I'm a professional sound man, so yeah, it'd be disappointing if it wasn't. I am in my kitchen, which is disappointing me slightly, but that was in Pesca Go. That would be quite enough for the baby.
So my question for you, and this in terms of a soundman side of things, this is completely unrelated to disc golf, but so occasionally on TV shows you see the sound crew.
Yes.
An example would be on the TV show Taskmaster. Where I have seen the sound crew a few times, and they have to do ridiculous things occasionally. Have you ever been on TV in that way?
Yes, unfortunately. I'm not a huge fan of being on screen or in front of the camera, but yeah, because I've got a big mouth, I ended up on the camera quite a bit, unfortunately.
You got any examples that you could share?
Yeah, I did a Paul Hollywood thing in Japan, and I had to give a Japanese Michelin star chef who makes noodles, gave him a pot noodle. That was embarrassing.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. But it was good. That was good. It's good fun. Yeah. So, and I'm always I do a kids show called The Dungeoneers, which if anybody's got 11-year-olds will probably know for CBBC. So I'm on that quite a bit as well.
Nice.
We get involved in the painting and all the, so that's quite fun.
Cool. I'll definitely have to ask you more about things like that at some point because I love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been writing down some of the ones that I think are good on here as we've gone. I'm going to read a few of them out to you, and you're going to pick which one is your favorite. So if anybody else has got any ideas, quickly get them in chat because your last chance to win this giveaway is now. So we'll start out with one from Dale. He says, slogan for t-shirt, I love Discraft Harry Messenger 2021.
That's very tempting.
I would be offended if, especially as Dale spelt my surname wrong. That would just cap it off. He's got some other better slogans that he's come up with on the way through, but I'm sure we'll get to some of those. We've got Robert said, a pair of hands ripping a disc in half, grip and rip.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. We've got what else have we had? Robert said a pink disc with Flight Club in the Fight Club font.
Nice.
Flight Club in the Fight Club font, which is quite cool.
Like that, yeah.
We've got Dale again, another slogan: best player by par. Little bit cheesy.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit, but yeah.
Shane said would love some kind of woods tunnel shot on a shirt.
Yeah, do you know what? That is something that there is a little, because I tend to have quite a lot of ideas in the pipeline, always going on, just it'll go back to them. I've got something a little bit like that in the pipeline, so that's a good idea, yeah.
Ben Coyle says a kite flying over some trees that says Hyze kite.
Nice. Hyze kite. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
One of my favorites, Robert Nickel again said a bird's eye view of the basket with the circle 1 and circle 2 lines that would kind of look like an RAF target.
Yeah, that's I saw that one actually. That was I did really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's good. Shane said extraordinary, a reference to the Don't Shoot intro song.
Yeah.
And we need there surely has to be a collab design.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be a good idea.
And Robert again said silhouette of a disc that's been tombstoned could mimic the style of the early Santa Cruz pics.
Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Yeah, some really good ideas there.
So yeah, I know there was a couple more that I wanted to go through, but I think those are my favorites. So so yeah, I'll let you have a little think who you want to give the prize to.
Yeah, well, I really like Ben's one, the Hyze kite. I really like the tombstone, and I really like the top-down basket. Yeah, I think the top-down basket is going to be I think that really does just go into my design sort of ideas of really subtle lines and yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I can definitely agree on that one.
Yeah.
So there you go, Robert Nickel. He'll be the winner of the giveaway, and he will get a Hyze t-shirt. So yeah, let me know.
Contact me, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know where to send it, Robert, and we'll get that hooked up.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Well, all those ideas might end up on t-shirts, though. To be fair, so don't feel.
Yeah, you guys don't get any royalties for things suggested in the podcast giveaway. No. They will be stolen indiscriminately and used for inspiration.
I'll give you a free 5% discount code.
Or £5 off £30 spend.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and Robert says, "Yay, looking forward to repping," and I am as well. Looking forward to getting my hoodie. So
yeah, can't wait.
Should be good. Should be good. There was a couple more things we wanted to talk about. We're pretty much out of time, Ben.
Ah, it flew by.
It did fly by. It always does when you get started. I'm sitting there before the show going through all my ideas and worrying that I'm not going to have enough things.
I came up with loads of things I wanted to talk about, and we didn't even get there, so that's good. We didn't have to talk about things.
Quickly, because I know you love them. Minis. You've got minis. I know you brought a mini along. We're not going to have time to go through your whole collection. Give me your favourite mini.
Oh, my favourite mini. It's probably the one I got, actually. I got it off Seamus at, it's a metal one. It's a guy on Etsy makes them. Seamus is selling them, actually. I think he had a couple in, but they come from Etsy. This solid
That's really
metal
cool.
mini. Yeah, that's really cool. Little Star Wars one. And actually, this one is another favourite. This is a little AGL Acorn. It's not an official mini because it's too small, but it fits perfectly.
It's a can topper. Nice.
Can topper. Yeah, so there you go. One of my many minis. I love minis.
Very good. I brought this one along. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's a little bit faded now, but this is a Glow Innova Mini with the Yeti, J-Yeti Reading Yeti stamp on it. And I got this from him, actually. I won this when I met him in the summer of 2018. He came over to the Quarry Park Open, and he did a sort of a, what's the word for it? Masterclass, like a disc golf masterclass, where he sort of taught us all things, and so did Des as well, his wife. They both came over and taught us, and then we played Ring of Fire, which is like a putting game where everyone goes around the basket, and he says 3, 2, 1 putt, and everyone putts. So the story behind me winning, because in 2018, anyone who played with me would know that me winning any kind of putting competition in 2018 would be almost hilarious. So the way they were doing it was, if you missed, you got to take a step forward to start with. So we were just doing that, and we were just playing, and there was no prizes or anything. And so I was at least 2 steps forward of pretty much everybody, because I didn't make any of the original ones. And then they announced the competition. And then I made 3 or 4 putts in a row, and I was the last one standing. So I won several things. I won a mini, I won a towel, I won a katana, which I've still got, signed by Jay. So yeah, that was the story of how I won this this Yeti Glow mini.
Yeah, cool.
And I know some of you in the chat like my random disc golf stories, so there you go.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And yeah, that brings us to 10 o'clock, Ben. So
thank you for having me. It's been wonderful to be on it. I hope I haven't bored everybody.
No, I'm certainly haven't. I've had a great time, and I hope chat have as well. And I'm sure you'll be back at some point to let us know about new things that Hyze have on the future.
Yeah, well, we can just form a commentation team. It could be the Big Barry. That'd be good.
Definitely. You guys in chat, thank you once again for hanging out, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you next week. Next week's episode is going to be something special, so make sure you come along, because we've got a fantastic guest. Not that Ben hasn't been fantastic, very different.
No.
And we'll be doing a preview of the upcoming Disc Golf Pro Tour season on next week's show as well. So come back next week, check it out, and thank you to the sponsors, and see you guys soon.
See you guys, thank you.
See you, Ben.